They never asked what I said. Not really. They asked how loud I was. They asked who else was in the room. They asked if I'd ever made her uncomfortable before. But they never asked what I actually said, because it didn't matter. My name is Marcus Blake. I'm 22nd, fourth-year law student at East Carolina Law. I had a 3.9 GPA, moot court awards, an internship lined up with a federal judge, and a whole life mapped out like the outlines in my torts textbook. Until one conversation ruined all of it. It was just a classroom debate, constitutional law 401. The topic, Title IX and campus sexual misconduct procedures. Professor Lane was moderating and students were split into two groups. I argued passionately that both justice and fairness required due process, that allegations must be taken seriously, yes, but also investigated properly, that presuming guilt without facts was dangerous for everyone. I cited case law, quoted Goss versus Lopez, used language the professor himself had taught us. It got heated. People challenged me. I challenged back, but never disrespectfully, never personally. 2 days later, I got the email. You are being placed on temporary suspension from all in-person academic activities, pending the outcome of an investigation into a complaint filed by a fellow student regarding comments made during your participation in Con Law 401. No name, no details, just a shutdown. I showed the email to Professor Lane. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. Marcus, I don't know who filed this, but I'll do what I can. That was the last time he looked me in the eye. I was locked out of campus systems within 24 hours. Group chats went silent. My roommate asked if I'd be bringing drama to the apartment. Career services ghosted me. No one said my name, but everyone knew it. I asked for a copy of the complaint. The Title IX office said it was confidential. I asked for a hearing. They said, we're just assessing credibility at this stage. I asked if I could provide a written statement. They said, we'll let you know. I asked if I was even being formally accused. They said, we're treating this with utmost seriousness. The thing about seriousness, it doesn't require truth, just noise. The complaint, I later found out, came from a white student named Brittany Caldwell. She'd claimed my tone and words made her feel personally targeted and unsafe, and that I expressed dangerous ideas about victim credibility. She said I created a hostile environment. She said it felt like verbal aggression. She never claimed I touched her, never said I followed her, never said anything outside that classroom happened, just that I made her feel unsafe. And that was enough. My internship, withdrawn. My name, circulating on anonymous Twitter threads. Watch out for Marcus B. at East Carolina. Law bro energy, red flag. Heard he's a devil's advocate for predators in class. Y'all be careful. He's been temporarily suspended for a reason. I thought about quitting, just packing up and leaving. Mama told me, you don't run unless you guilty, and baby, you ain't guilty. So I stayed. I hired a lawyer. Marcus Hill. Yeah, that Marcus Hill. He reviewed everything and said, this is retaliation. They're using bureaucracy to punish thought. We demanded the full report. It was mostly opinion statements. She looked uncomfortable. He kept interrupting her. I felt tense when he spoke, but none of it disputed the content of what I said. No rules broken, no slurs, no threats. Just a black man disagreeing in a law class on a controversial topic. The university offered a resolution, 6 weeks of mandatory sensitivity training, a written apology to Brittany, and a formal agreement not to engage in future classroom commentary that could be construed as hostile. I refused, so they escalated. Formal Title IX panel, 3 administrators, no lawyers allowed, no recording. I was allowed to speak, but not cross-examine. Brittany didn't attend. Her statement was read aloud by the dean. She was shaken. She wept in her dorm. She considered dropping out, but never once did it say, he threatened me. He harmed me. He violated policy. Just, he made me feel like my voice didn't matter. The panel ruled no policy violation, but said my conduct was inappropriate and concerning. So they gave me a written reprimand, placed it in my permanent record. That was enough for the judge to withdraw his internship. That was enough for my lone co-signer to pull out. That was enough for people in the legal community to whisper, let's wait and see. I graduated. No fanfare. No handshake from the dean. Just silence. I took a job at a nonprofit that defends due process rights for students. I speak at panels now about how fast your life can be derailed when you don't match the face they expect. Sometimes people say I'm bitter. They're right. I am. Because Brittany never apologized, never retracted, never acknowledged what she did. Because the university never cleared my name, just marked me resolved. Because professors who once praised me won't return my emails. Because my classmates graduated with connections and confidence, and I graduated with a red flag. They say we live in an era of believing victims. But what happens when the system believes only some of them? When unsafe means he disagreed with me? When aggressive means he didn't back down? When harm means he made me think? My name is Marcus Blake. I told the truth in a classroom, and the silence afterward nearly destroyed me. But I'm still here, and I'll keep talking, because if they can punish me for speaking, then silence is complicity.